This video is about my third and hopefully last thermistor problem with my Rheem Hybrid hot water heater. But back in September, I started getting more EcoNet Alert alarms on my Rheem Hybrid hot water heater. I thought, oh no, not again. I've had, two incidents of thermistor problems. Working with the technicians at Rheem, they sent me new thermistors. I was able to solve both of them. I thought, not again. So anyway, this video is about investigating that and what I ended up doing. So it's getting a little old, to be honest with you, these thermistor problems. This will be the third one. Well, here is our wonderful when it's working, but infamous when it's not working right, Rheem Hybrid hot water heater. As you can see, I've got it in electric only mode because the heat pump keeps kicking out. Similar problem to my first issue with it almost 2 years ago now. So what I'm going to do is, since it's probably a thermistor issue again, I'm going to go ahead and take the top off, kill the power first. I've got a disconnect up here. And get in there and look at those thermistors and see if I can see if they're corroded. One thing I want to mention for those of you thinking about working on this, this thing has a sharp edge. You can really cut yourself on it, so be careful. And the last one I put in, which was just one, had a little bit different alarm than the first time. I put this no Alox. It's supposed to be an antioxidant joint compound on it, so if it helped prevent some of that corrosion. You get this bimetallic corrosion, I think, when we're putting those copper-clad thermistors in there against the aluminum pipes. So anyway, I'm going to take it apart, clean them up, and just put this on and see if it'll work like that without having to get a new thermistor. We'll see. I'm not going to go into how to take these screws off. There'll be a link at the end of this video to my first one, which basically shows you how to do that. The Rheem website also shows you how to do that. But first thing I'll do here is go ahead and cut this power off. Okay, and then I'm going to pull that breaker up there. Now this is actually a disconnect. Let me get that top off. Shouldn't be much load on it since I pulled that or disabled the hot water heater, so I'm just going to pull this. That should kill all the power to the... Yep, that's done. See that thermistor there? It's one I've replaced, I believe twice now. Yeah, it looks like it's corroded. I'm going to take that off. I might have had the no-lux on. I'm not sure if that's the problem or not. There's this one down here, which I replaced the first time. This is the third one I replaced before, right there. I'm going to pop these things off, see how corroded they are, and I don't like that gooey mess they put on them, hold them in place. That's why I use that black electrical tape. This one, it was right there. Really doesn't look too bad, but I'm going to polish them up anyway and put it back on. I'm just using this stainless steel, basically a kitchen scrubbing pad, to clean off the pipe that it was attached to and the thermistor itself, and then I'll put that Alox on it, put it back on there. This thermistor doesn't look real corroded. The pipe looks pretty corroded, so I'm going to clean them both up with that scrubbing pad, put Alox on them, and see if that'll help. This thermistor actually doesn't look too bad. It's got some Alox left on it before. Nothing looks real corroded here, but I'm going to go ahead and polish them up with the stainless steel scrubbing pad, put new Alox on there, put it back on. Then I'm going to test run this thing. Okay, I've got all the thermistors polished, the pipes that go unpolished, and the three of them anyway, and no Alox on them, got them back in place. Insulation's back on, but it's not securely fastened. I'm just going to set this top back on here without screwing it down, try to run this thing, it still has the same alarms. I'll just have to call Rheem Technical Service and let them figure out which way to go. I went to all that trouble cleaning up all those thermistors, polishing them, putting on NOAA locks. Didn't help at all. No difference. So I finally gave in and called the Rheem Tech Service on November 13th. He said to tape the exhaust duct to the unit. He didn't like the way I had attached it, and straighten the bend in the duct. It's supposed to be like straight for like 2 feet coming away from the unit. And then they sent me one thermistor for the suction tube. This is my third bout of having to replace thermistors in this Rheem Hybrid hot water heater. This last time I had a problem, error codes and not working right. Talked to the technician again, said to replace the suction thermistor, which I've already replaced once with the free ones they sent me. I'll do that. He also didn't like this exhaust vent I'd put on here to direct the flow of the output air away so it wouldn't just recirculate here. He wanted me to straighten it up. I had it curved, so I did that mostly for about a couple feet of straight. He wanted me to put metal tape around where it attaches. He said if it's with the new thermistor and with that straightened, it still doesn't work. He wanted me to take that whole duct off, which I don't want to do, so we'll see how this works. Okay. The suction, of course, took this top off, which you can watch the other videos and see how to do it. Now this, with the yellow wire, is supposed to be the suction thermistor. It's under that. So I'm going to take that insulation off and replace that thermistor. I think I'll snap this loose first. It's going to be hard to see in the camera. The hand will be in the way. There we go. Now I gotta get that loose. It's probably gonna take a couple hands for that. Gotta push that little thing down there, I think. Let's see. This is a little tricky to do. There's got to be a better way to do this. There it goes. Now, I've already replaced this one time. I don't really see nothing obviously wrong with it. It's not real corroded. So I'm going to put the new one in here and put this NOAA locks on here. It's supposed to be an antioxidant joint compound. We'll see if that helps. A little hard to see in this iPhone camera. There it goes. Put the new one in there. There, that's in that. Going this way. Let me clean up that copper pipe first. It's got some corrosion. Plug that in there. Oops, wrong cord. Okay, that's all plugged in. I'll put my insulation back. I've got to tape that down a little bit better here. So I'll do that. I'll tape that in a little bit better and get all this pipe covered. Okay, we used the shower a little while ago. We got the temperature set at 120 degrees F. I've had it set there since I changed out that thermistor. The heat pump's definitely running. You can see the cool breeze blowing out of here. So let's check the hot water. Now the hot water, this is obviously under the house. It's not a clean setup, but this is probably the closest path to the hot water. Comes out of here, and goes right into this little temporary utility sink I've got set up. So I'm going to turn that hot water on, let it run for a minute, and we'll measure the temperature. 16.6, lower than 120. I finished replacing this last copper-clad thermistor in the hot water heater back on December 12th. This is January 3rd, 2025, so it's been 3 weeks at least. So it's been running good. I've had it set in energy saver mode, set at 120. Water temperature measured slightly less than that, but it's hot enough. This has been working good, mostly in heat pump mode, and so no problems with it since. Now, how much of that was due to replacing this copper-clad thermistor with one of those newer ones that had a different alloy surface on the thermistor? I don't know. And how much of it was due to this, taping that down like the technician wanted me to do and straightening that duct out? I don't know. But my personal opinion is probably the thermistor. But and in any event, it's working good now. If you have problems, I would highly recommend you call the Rheem Tech service as soon as you can. Let them troubleshoot with you. They'll have you on the phone looking at this and scrolling through various error codes and what have you, and they'll save you a lot of time. So hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like the video and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.